It was a clear starry night with the moon shining bright as we sang songs around the campfire. When in flies a bat, 'twas the size of a rat who suddenly transformed to a vampire. "Good evening," he said. "I wish to be fed, so I followed the sound of your song. There's no need for panic, let's not make it manic, and I'm sure we will all get along." I know that he smelt the pure terror we felt and the blood running cold through our veins. His mouth opened wide and the long fangs inside were covered with blood-coloured stains. When he chuckled, we buckled, our fear was white-knuckled, but nobody moved from their spot. He moved to the fire and the flames climbed higher, like a pyre, but he didn't look hot. There wasn't a sound as we sat on the ground, as if bound by invisible rope. As though hypnotised, we looked in his eyes with surprise as they offered some hope. When he started to speak, we felt meek, very weak, but we hung on his every word. The things that he said, this undead Prince of Dread, were ever so slightly absurd. "My name's Vince, please don't wince, as I hope to convince you I'm really not after your blood. I'm a vampire, of course, but the source of my force is a story that's misunderstood. Before I was turned, I had already learned not to yearn for an animal's flesh. I'm a vegan vampire, and it's not my desire to require blood, no matter how fresh. All I'm asking of you, a blood orange or two, some beetroot or anything red. I supplement vitamins, ensuring I vitamin daily to keep myself fed. But as I'm looking at your cooking you've been tucking into here, all the meat and milk and blood, it makes me sick. I would be fucking good at sucking blood if that was my desire. Don't get me wrong, I'm super strong and quick. The real monsters here are you, so the thing I'm going to do is inject into your neck a new perspective. You will awaken in the morning with the realization dawning that your lives now have a strong vegan directive." He moved like lightning, frighteningly tightening his jaws onto each of our throats. His fangs pierced with a burning, a yearning to learn how to turn our carnivorous coats. And I started to weep as I drifted to sleep and saw Vincent creep out of sight. We slept soundly around that fire on the ground as we all found our way through the night. When we woke up at dawn and we spoke with a yawn of a hunger we couldn't resist. We couldn't stop raving about our new craving, behaving as if we were pissed. Now we're spreading the word, we're compelled to be heard, no more murder will tarnish our plate. Since that night at the campfire, and Vincent the vampire's desire that we alter our fate. So we travel by night as we fight the good fight, and our bite ignites hope and compassion. We speak up for the meek and the bleak and the weak in a friendly but no-nonsense fashion. If you ever meet Vince while you're eating your minced body parts, then you better reflect. He's a nice enough guy, but your pie might be why you find vegans a pain in the neck.